Hi guys, it's me, Magpie Critic, and today it's a really interesting topic for me. It's actually a presentation that I gave to uni with my friend, and it was so much fun. My aim and hers was to change our class's perspective of the word warrior. You know, when you hear a warrior, what comes up in mind is always this shining knight. At least it comes up to me in the past. And I've surveyed a lot of my friends, okay, and interestingly, a lot of them said it was either European warriors, which are knights, just as this one. They also said that even Arab warriors, because they're from Arab, so it makes sense. So that was really interesting. Obviously, there's a lot more warriors out there, and my aim, me and my friend, was to get to know them. First, let's go travel to Japan and meet the samurais. Now, the meaning of samurai is one who serves. Interesting. Samurais are hired by the government, they serve the government. So thus they are known as very noble and very impressive. When you're from a samurai family, that's really, really impressive. They have a code. It's equal to how the European knights have a chivalry code. I forgot how they say it. Chivalry code. Anyway, that's a knight code. So I remember it was something about having honor, having bravery. It's a code, it's a rule they have to follow. So same thing here. The samurais have the Bushido code. Bushido philosophy, freedom from fear. Okay, so what does that mean? Freedom from fear. Well, obviously, if you're freed from the feeling of fear, you won't be fearing death even, right? It's like you're invincible almost, right? So for example, a samurai kid bruises his arms, then cries. After that, his mother yells at him and say, "Today you bruised an arm, tomorrow you might lose it." Then what would you do? So then the boy will stop crying. It's a very tough kind of raising, but this is an example I took from an academic article. So if your father was a samurai, you're gonna be like a samurai kid. And the rules, okay. So loyalty, self-discipline, respectful behavior, parents' love, which is so interesting. But looking that it's part of the East Asian culture, I can understand it. Honor, really emphasized here. Samurais are common to commit suicide if their honor was harmed. Can you believe that? For example, an honor is harmed when facing a shameful death, okay? Or dishonor by his wife when she does not want to do her housework and rebel. I kid you not, this was from an academic article. Um, but yeah, basically, when a samurai is caught and faces a very shameful death, maybe by some really like bad guys, he would kill himself to avoid this shameful death. I mean, he would rather die with honor. Anyways, weapons. That's interesting. Weapons. Okay, so a famous sword is the long katana, right? If you watch anime, you're gonna know this. It's with everyone. Even One Piece, Zoro has three of them, I guess. But when in a non-permitted setting, okay, so obviously they're not gonna barge into everything with a long katana sword, right? So when in a non-permitted setting, they use a tissen. It's a steel fan made to look like a paper fan, a fan with blades. Ooh, interesting. That's so scary. Imagine someone just waving it because he feels hot and then whoosh, tomahawks up your neck at a party or something. It's so crazy. But yeah, I guess it's delicate but deadly, which is so interesting that a warrior has such a delicate object that he can kill someone with. You know, a fan even it kind of looks feminine almost. What about the outfits? That's important. It's loose, thus were quicker than European knights. Interesting, because the European knights wore heavy metal to protect them from blades. But here, the samurais, they rather be fast than more protect. They have another way of defending themselves. By being fast, they avoid the blades. By Europeans said, I guess they thought, no, we just want like a metal force in front of every corner in our bodies, even if it's gonna like make movement a lot harder. What about the armor? Well, their armor was much bare, unfortunately, unlike the Europeans. As you can see here. Okay, helmets with wide eye range. Okay, thus better vision, unlike the Europeans again. Not every samurai wears this kind of helmet, by the way, and some of them, those who wore this helmet, actually wear a couple of metal covering their body, but it's really not that heavy. You know, it's very few. It's like a few squares. That's it. Their helmets were and still considered great works of art. So a warrior cares for art. A specific haircut is done to hold the helmets. We're gonna see the haircut now. So here, see, this is real. This is the haircut. This is the other haircut. But yeah, here we see in anime, film, and drama. Yeah, they portray their hair do in such a fancy, glamorous way, but it's not real. Especially because if you were a samurai, you would want to get this haircut. Trust me, you would want to get this hot haircut because it will show the entire country that you're a samurai, which is so impressive then. Because again, they served the country, they served the government. They're hella cool back then. Again, samurai's haircut depicted in pictures. What about Japanese women? Main purpose. There was a main purpose for them. Japanese samurai woman was a thing, believe it or not. Protect their children and house, contributed in wars bravely. Excellent. So as you can see here, she wore an armor. But see, I told you it was so unlike the European armor. It's just a few squares. You can see her arm from under is not even covered, even from the middle. It's only from the top that is covered. So it is to keep her light. Here are some female samurais. So you can see here, female, and the pink picture, male. Here's another citation for the picture. I tried to cite as many pictures as I could. Weapons. So the women's weapons are different. They have a, are you ready? I'm gonna spell it wrong. Naginata. It was way lighter, mostly wood, very long, thus could attack from far. To me, it seems like a way cooler weapon than the katana, if you'd ask me. Had the right to own weapons and earn education about the martial arts. Only samurai women, so not every woman gets this privilege. Yet, after Japan began trading with Westerns, they got influenced, okay, by the Westerns. Interesting. And following the Westerns' norms, they stopped women samurais. How sad. To receive weapons, training, education in reading. All of these kind of things were not acceptable anymore for Japanese women. So they cannot read, write, receive weapons, nor training, okay, anymore. Let's talk about a war. The Bushin War was the last that had samurai females, and they took the leadership in wars. Okay, that's pretty dope. Samurais were fearless, except from the shinobis. Dun! Ninjas. You never guessed it. I don't think you guessed it. So yeah, a ninja, it's from Japan again, meaning shadow warriors or warrior of the night. Okay, they seem a lot cooler, I'm sorry. So they used stealth walking techniques, which is walking without making any noise or sound, without anyone knowing that you're behind them. Techniques as the floating foot, and you can actually learn them. If you Google that, you would learn it. The walk of the fox on four legs, the walk on tiptoe, self-explanatory. The sideways walk, which is on wall, like a star shape. So you would spread your legs and arms in a star shape and just stick to the wall and just walk, just like a starfish, basically. No one could hear them in dry woods, which is almost impossible. I mean, dry woods, there's a lot of dried leaves. If you step on it, there's definitely some noise there. But they were just that skillful. They have special shoes, obviously, as you can see. Where this is the shoe. It looks like a socks, anyways. They call it shoe. Weapons, they're all hidden. So we can see here the comparison, okay? Other warriors, like Persian warriors, Arab warriors, European warriors, they all had their weapons bare and just in front of the enemy to evoke fear. And so it will be reachable, I guess. But here, it was none of that. It was so hidden to trick people. So ninjas are they trick people, they don't make sound, they sneak, they're very stealthy, okay? And we're gonna know later what does Japan, like old Japan, thought of them. Yeah, they have one of their weapons is called a shuriken. It's hidden iron blades used by throwing. It's like the iron poison dust. So they would shred iron until it is dust, and then they poison it, and then they throw it. So it will cut your skin, and it will enter and kill you. That's it. And they have the I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny, but it's just so crazy that warriors are that different to me. They have the iron throwing stars, which I think you all know. I mean, the classic ninja star. The Tikukagi, the claw, as you can see here. You know who wore this claw? Didn't what was it? You know that villain from Ninja Turtles? His name was, oh my god, I forgot his name. How can I forget his name? He was the villain from Ninja Turtles. Please comment his name below if you remember that. He had those. I guess because it was a ninja cartoon. We have a blowgun dart, just like this one. Okay, so it was again very quiet, all silent, all hidden, all deadly. So they believed in. Let's talk about more about ninjas. They believed in fusion and harmony with nature. How very negating. I mean, they come up as very like cruel, like killing machine, but then again, they have harmony with nature and they believe that they must be infused with nature and all that like yoga stuff. But yeah, let's see how that benefited them. The results is that they breathe silently because I guess a lot of meditation and when you think that you need to be infused into nature, mixed into nature, you're gonna be as a tree, you know. So when I go to the woods, you're gonna be like a tree. I would not notice you. You're gonna be like the floor, like the ground. I would not notice you. You're gonna be nature itself, okay? They can breathe silently through meditation, I guess, in nature. Thus, it means not holding their breath for eventually a loud exhale would release, which is, yeah, if you want to breathe silently, there's a tip from a ninja for you. Another tip is that ninjas used ants to find water, so they tracked ants until they found water. Interesting. I guess that's what you get when you hang out with nature so much. So yeah, they kill while sleeping, so with no honor. Wow. Anyway, so did you guess it? A samurai is honorable in Japan, unlike a ninja, which is not. This is it's from a movie called Ninja 3. It's from 1984. It's a film scene where a samurai is fighting a ninja. You can see that they're not besties. So, well, let's go to China. Okay. So, they have the Kung Fu and Shaolin warriors, which are almost the same thing. So, what does it mean? It means patient accomplishment. Kung is energy, Fu is time. Did you link it? So you get energy if we have patience and we spend a lot of time, okay? So appearances. Monks in orange robes. So all Shaolin warriors were monks, which is interesting. It's like when you go and have a pope be a knight. It's meant to symbolize simplicity. The orange ropes. It's meant to symbolize simplicity and detachment of materialism. You can see it here. Okay, he's. I guess he was going for a dip, so he removed his robe, but it looks like that. So yeah, they were bold again to symbolize detachment of materialism because hair is the material. Yeah, because they were taught through the Buddhism way, that is, with desire comes disaster, which is so. Desire comes with disaster. You know what? I changed my mind. It can't be right. I mean, if I desired an immense amount of wealth, I would go nuts, and it will cause disaster. Anyways, and hair is one of humans' desires. Also to symbolize cleansing. Interesting. So bald is clean. I don't know. They don't have shampoos back then. Oh my God! Wait. They will lethal. They could kill barehandedly without an armor. Can you believe that? I think they win here because they sound the most awesome warriors because like the samurais, okay, fine, they don't have an armor most of the time, but they do have a weapon. And the European knights, they have both. And but here they don't have nothing. They kill with their bare hands. Okay, so they attack on pressure points and tasks where protect temple from robbery. I guess because it has a lot of jewels and precious, expensive things, and protect such acts as road robbers and to reach enlightenment. Okay, so Kung Fu warriors are inspired by nature, just like the ninjas. And in nature, there is animals. The 5 basic animal defenses movements of the Kung Fu warriors were tiger, snake, crane, leopard, dragon, as you can see here. You can see them imitating the movement. Like, they legit took inspiration from nature. How cool is that? I actually practiced those moves, by the way, in uni for the presentation. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of Kung Fu Panda. I'm sure you did, because Kung Fu Panda had like the crane and the tiger and the snake, so all like animals that are mentioned in the previous slide. This is Kung Fu Panda 2008, a DreamWorks film. Centuries ago, there was a secret gold digging organization known as White Lotus that specialized, wait a minute, in silent, sure assassinations. And they called themselves the White Lotus. How delicate, how feminine. So yeah, that's what got me into warriors, because this amazing mixture of calmness, of flowers, and then you mix it with deadly and assassinations, and that is so interesting. So they can run on walls through practicing running on water. Now, I long at the time I found a video where a kung fu warrior was running on water, he was not technically running on water. It was like he would put planks at water and he would run through them. But if he stayed to like for like 3 seconds at one wooden plank, it will sink. So they call that running on water. Okay, with less than 1 centimeter thick wood planks, if they slow down, they would fall. Yeah, see here. Ooh, let's go to Hawaii. So it's one of Polynesia's 1,000 islands. Um, the Maori warriors, meaning after the tribe. So it's a name taken after the tribe. The tribe is called a Maori, and the warriors are called Maori warriors. They were really creative about this, which means the usual or the regular. I guess very modest. Battle techniques, lua or lua, the art of breaking bones and dislocating. Preferred not to stab. How gentle. See, that's so cool. Like every warrior has his own different techniques. Anyways, example, like break the knuckles, then wrist, then arm, then dislocate the shoulders barehandedly. This is again from an academic source. They gave the examples, not me. Oh, whatever. Gorgeous picture. Okay, again, I do not own any of these pictures. I guess Alami owns them. Anyways, appearances. They tattooed with harsh tools on their faces, so it hurts, and bodies using bones. Ache? What did I wrote here? Age and fat. Anyways, so yeah, the tattoo is consists of fat and all these kind of things. Symbolize their strength. So yeah, if you see someone like that, it symbolizes strength. So it's really impressive to them. And the reason why he's doing this pretty face is because it is to grow fear into the enemy's soul. Another face, which is, see, it's common that they would gouge their eyes and just stick their tongue out. This is the face of fear that they have, okay? Perform the dance. Ooh, can you imagine that? They performed a dance in front of the enemy before war to plant fear. So just picture this with me. In war, okay, they would face another set of warriors and say, dance. And then they would dance. That's how the Maori warriors would start the war. But guess what? This dance would leave your legs shaken. Okay? So yeah, that's a cool way to do war, I guess. The dance is mixed with yelling, smacking the floor, chest, thighs, and shoulders, sticking out the tongue, bulging the eyes, and singing about death. If that's not scary, I don't know what is. But yeah, I guess smacking the floor, chest, and thighs is just to show the enemy that I don't feel pain. Okay, what about see again the face? I told you. So weapons are mere club. It's called a mere club, made of bones or jade stone. I guess bones can break bones. That's why they did it. It is to break the skulls even. Oh, my favorite warriors. We're gonna go and travel to Korea, specifically Shilla. So yeah, Shilla doesn't exist now, but way back then, Korea was separated into 3 kingdoms. One of them were Shilla. Okay, so the warriors are called Hwarang. What does that mean? It means flower knights. Okay, interesting. So warriors that go and kill, they call themselves flowers. See, this is what I love. The rules are they must be beautiful, young, noble family of a true bone, have to sing, dance, learn the arts as literature and martial arts. Interesting. So you have to sing and dance. This reminds me of the Maori warriors. And you have to be beautiful. That is why they called them flower, because in Korea, if you want to say someone is beautiful, a male, you would say Guminam, which means a flower boy or a boy looking as a flower, something like that. Even there's this famous Korean drama, it's called Boys Over Flowers, which means they're like flower boys, they're that beautiful. And yeah, they have like some gang, they call themselves F4, and I guess F stands for flower, like four flowers. Anyways, while meeting at beautiful nature spots. Okay, why is that? They care about the aesthetics. Oscar Wilde would be proud. Arranged in cosmetics, and which is makeup, and fine long clothing and accessories and earrings. Okay, so they look the most handsome. Okay, as you can see here, he's studying, I guess, literature in a very beautiful nature spot with accessories and fine long clothing, and he's beautiful. So the rules are loyalty to the king, parents' love, bravery in battle, and morality. Okay, please do not underestimate those warriors because we're going to see now. So, reasons for such activities. Much can be learned of a man's character by watching him in these activities. They were documented in Chinese books only, so the only source are in Chinese books. The books mostly marked on their radiant beauty. So the Chinese, when they saw the Huarang, they marked on their radiant beauty. Okay, and achievement. Okay, they became famous military generals, politicians, administrators, and commanders of the army. See, I told you, do not underestimate them. So they helped unify the three separate kingdoms of Korea. One of them is Shilla, I told you, and Shilla was the kingdom they came from. So can you believe that? They did all of that while looking hot. I mean, come on. Hwarang and other Korean warriors wore a black scarf to disguise. It is extremely similar to the niqab in Saudi Arabia. This is a picture from the drama, by the way. There's a drama called Hwarang. You should watch it. It's my favorite drama. Okay, so Hwarang having to be beautiful and to wear cosmetics is not a shocking thing. Consumption of cosmetics per person and male skincare products in South Korea is #1 in the world. So yeah, male skincare products in South Korea is #1 in the world. So it shouldn't be shocking, I guess, that the Hwarang warriors were so immersed in cosmetics and being beautiful. And South Korea is known to say to both genders, if you're beautiful, you have a beautiful future. And the opposite is true, okay? At least that's what I heard in their shows and drama. Okay, now, finally, who comes up in mind when you hear the word warrior? Thank you for listening.